Abstract. This article presents a conceptual framework for leading beyond limits in today's volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous VUCA business environment. It argues that traditional leadership models are insufficient and organizations must cultivate expansive thinking, adaptive problem-solving, empowering leadership, and trust-based agile cultures. Expansive thinking involves envisioning possibilities beyond norms through cognitive flexibility and creative problem-solving. Adaptive problem-solving enables agility through problem identification, solution generation, and implementation with openness to change. Empowering leadership develops trust, shares power, and recognizes grassroots contributions to problem-solve autonomously. High-trust cultures lower coordination costs, boost innovation, and allow risk-taking without fear through psychological safety and continuous adaptation. The framework is grounded in research and practical examples, such as how Whole Foods, Ford, GitHub, and 3M demonstrated beyond limits leadership amid crises. The author contends mastering these constructs will empower extraordinary results by unleashing human potential amid ongoing industry transformation. Today's business landscape is characterized by volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, VUCA. Organizations must navigate continuous change, disruptions, and numerous challenges in order to succeed and survive. Leadership is more important than ever to help organizations and employees thrive amidst the chaos and ambiguity of the VUCA world. However, traditional models of leadership are no longer sufficient. Today, we will explore a conceptual framework for leading beyond limits, going beyond traditional rules and boundaries to drive extraordinary results through people in a VUCA environment. Through both a research foundation and practical examples, this paper will explore key constructs of leading beyond limits, including expansive thinking, adaptive problem-solving, empowering leadership, and creating a culture of trust and agility. Expansive thinking, seeing possibilities beyond current realities to lead beyond limits. Leaders must cultivate an expansive mindset capable of envisioning possibilities that transcend conventional boundaries and limitations. Research shows expansive thinking involves two key elements: cognitive flexibility and creative problem-solving, Puccio et al. 2011. Cognitive flexibility allows one to see alternative perspectives and critically reframe problems or assumptions. Creative problem-solving uses divergent and convergent thinking to generate novel ideas and solutions, Puccio et al. 2011. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the leadership of grocery retailer Whole Foods exhibited expansive thinking by quickly innovating new solutions beyond their normal operating model. Seeing limitations in the ability to meet surging demand through traditional online grocery delivery and pickup, Whole Foods leadership rapidly set up pop-up, drive-up and go outdoor marketplaces, allowing customers to order online and have groceries loaded into their car trunks upon arrival with no contact, Porter 2020. This creative reframing of how to conduct curbside grocery pickup led to extraordinary business results, going from 5 to 10 curbside orders per day to over 1,000 at some locations, Porter 2020. Whole Foods leadership's expansive thinking led them beyond conventional limitations to pioneer an innovative new model exceeding customer needs during a crisis. Adaptive problem-solving, agility in responding to change in a VUCA world characterized by constant change and disruption. Leadership must cultivate the ability to solve problems and make decisions with agility. Research shows adaptive problem-solving involves three main stages: problem identification, solution generation, and solution implementation, Lawrence 2015. Key to adaptive problem-solving is the ability to swiftly shift between divergent and convergent thinking depending on needs. Have an openness and willingness to change assumptions and solutions, and learn and modify plans based on feedback, Lawrence 2015. For example, during the global chip shortage in 2021, the leadership of automaker Ford demonstrated adaptive problem solving by rapidly changing production strategies on a rolling weekly basis depending on available parts. When certain chips became unavailable, Ford leadership adapted by shifting vehicle production lines to alternative models that did not require those components on short notice. Even assembly lines were flexibly reconfigured midweek in response to updated supplier information. Wayland 2021. Ford's adaptive problem solving allowed extraordinary agility to minimize production losses despite major global supply chain disruptions. Empowering leadership, leveraging the intelligence and initiative of others to lead beyond limits. Leaders must empower employees at all levels of the organization to solve problems, make decisions, take risks, and drive change. Ahern et al. 2005. Research shows empowering leadership involves developing trust, sharing power and information, coaching growth, and recognizing contributions. Spritzer. 1995. This type of leadership cultivates self-leadership, intrinsic motivation, and collective responsibility within teams and individuals. Jong and Bartel. 2010. For example, during the pandemic, the leadership team at technology company GitHub demonstrated empowering leadership. With over 1,000 employees suddenly distributed, GitHub leaders trusted teams to determine how to adapt workflows to the remote context on their own. Teams swiftly set up video collaboration, asynchronous communication channels, and flexible schedules tailored for productivity and well-being with no centralized directives. GitHub leaders checked in to celebrate successes and solve blockers, all while empowering full autonomy, initiative, and responsibility at the grassroots team level. Schwartz 2020. Their empowering leadership style enabled extraordinary organizational resilience and productivity during a time of crisis and transition, creating a culture of trust and agility to lead beyond limits. Organizations must cultivate cultures defined by characteristics of trust, mindfulness, psychological safety, and agility. Research shows cultures high in trust have lower costs of coordination and knowledge sharing, more innovation, better financial performance, and higher employee commitment and well-being. Dirks and Ferrin. 2002. Additionally, cultures of psychological safety allow people to take risks and address failure without fear. Edmondson. 1999. Finally, cultures of agility embrace continuous learning, adaptability, and rapid experimentation and iteration. Allen et al. 2016. For example, technology company 3M has long cultivated a culture enabling it to lead beyond innovation limits. 3M's culture emphasizes autonomy, trust, and psychological safety through initiatives like the legendary 15% rule, encouraging employees to spend time on passion projects with support of their managers. This led to many billion-dollar innovations like Post-it notes originating from curiosity-driven experiments. Leifley and Chorin. 2008. Additionally, 3M's culture champions agility through initiatives like rapid prototyping sessions to quickly test concepts. Overall, 3M's unique culture of trust, autonomy, and agility has powered extraordinary innovation and business results for decades. Conclusion: leading beyond conventional limits is essential for organizational success and survival. Through expansive thinking, adaptive problem solving, empowering leadership approaches, and cultivating cultures emphasizing trust, mindfulness, psychological safety, and agility, organizations can achieve extraordinary results by unleashing the potential in their people. While challenging, leading beyond limits better positions companies to capitalize on opportunities amid disruption and change. Looking ahead, as uncertainty and complexity continue increasing, the conceptual framework outlined here offers a roadmap for driving extralimitary results through people. Leadership able to implement these constructs will empower their organizations to not just succeed, but to lead entire industries in new eras of transformation and reinvention.